Let me walk through the presentation, guys, and I will of course give you guys to have your Q&A answered. Okay, so we will have the Q&A after certain time. So first let me walk through some slides and let me brief you about this course. Let me brief you how is this going to be taken up, what are the lab, what are the course syllabus here, and all those things that is required here. Then probably you can ask your questions, and then probably I'll walk through a few more slides where we will start with some basics in networking, which is of course required from CCNP point of view. Okay, so let me start up the presentation. So first of all, welcome to the CCNP Enterprise. This is a 2020 course syllabus. This is for the first time Cisco has launched it. Okay, so if you know, so far we had 3 modules in CCNP. It used to be routing, switching and troubleshooting, but now we only have 2, that is NCore and NRC. So more coming up in the further slides. Okay, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Sagar. I have 10 years of experience. I am CCNA CCNP certified. My daily skill set in my office is routing, switching, security, data center and network automation. Okay, I am also a corporate trainer. I attend these companies, or I go and teach for like on a student based or provide lectures. Okay. Well, so that was a brief introduction about myself. I'll of course would like to have your introduction after few slides. Okay, so let's start with a very basic question, which normally everyone asks these days. Okay, ask these days. So the question is CCNA still valid to get started with CCNP? Okay, so let me tell you, we don't need CCNA any further. Okay. Yes, it used to be it used to be prerequisite till 2019, where to start CCNP one must have CCNA certified. But now this is not a prerequisite for CCNP. You can straight away go and start with your CCNP career. You're eligible to write your exams. Okay, so that is a drastic change in 2020. There is one more frequently asked question, like, is this course, the course which I'm going to start, or the course which you guys have enrolled, is it a CCNP course, or is it a CCI course, or is it
meeting?
Hello guys, can you be on mute?
Yeah. Tell me. Sorry, I am getting one call. Sorry.
Okay, please be on mute if okay. So this is one more frequently asked question, that is, how is this course going to help you for your CCI certification? So as I told you, CCNP now consists of 2 papers. One is NCore and the second one is called or let's keep it as NRC for now. Okay, now this particular paper is your CCI written as well. Okay, so let's say you completed the CCNP class, or you completed the CCNP course by joining here. You have also you have certified NCore paper. Now you are as good as CCI written. Okay, just prepare your lab, give the attempt, and then yes, you are CCI certified. Now this is a very important change in 2020, which might be most of you didn't even know. Might be you were still in a pre-assumption where CCNP consists of 3 tracks. Once I certified, I am only be CCNP certified only. Now for CCI, it's like, again, I have to prepare written, I have to prepare lab, but now it's not the same way. Okay, these things are been gone out of industry. Now let's say in 2020 you are starting with CCNP. Okay, CCNA is not a prerequisite. You can straight away start with CCNP. You don't have to waste your money, or you don't have to waste your time studying on CCNA and then coming to CCNP. Okay, after all, everyone of us wants to be CCI one day. We don't want to end up with only CCNA or CCNP, right? We all want to be CCI. But I cannot straight away go and write CCI if I don't know any practical knowledge or if I don't know any basics on networking. I don't want to risk my amount, right? So everyone might be knowing what is the CCI lab cost, right? So it's a huge cost, or it takes a lot of efforts or a lot of month saving. Then we can attempt, and if the attempt is not good, then probably we are losing the entire money, right? So don't risk your hard earned money. It's matter of after all, our family, our time, our dedication, right? So first start with a good foundation. Okay, so in till 2019 it used to be CCNA. Every one of us are CCNA certified, and then we probably went to CCI, or might be probably we went to CCNP. But now you are getting a chance where you can straight away start with CCNP. So all the basics will be covered in CCNP here. You don't have to do CCNA and then jump to CCNP. You can start from CCNP. Okay, now the good part of CCNP is in 2020 it consists of two papers. One is NCore and one is NRC. Okay, now this is called as a core paper, core subject, and this is called as a concentration, or I can also write it as optional papers. So there are 6 tracks within this. One is advanced routing switching. You have basics of SD-WAN, you have basics of VPN, you have wireless, and so on. You have 6 optional tracks. So this paper, the paper which is called as NCore, is as good as your CCI written. So if you are certifying NCore paper now, as soon as the CCNP course gets over in 2 months, if you go and write and you are certified, you even don't have to write this paper. Okay, but yes, why I'm covering NRC is because this is going to help you in CCI lab later on. Okay, lot of topic from your CCI lab is covered under NRC. Okay, so this is, yes, this CCNP is leading you to CCI. Okay, so you are gaining knowledge, you are gaining confident, it is improving your skill set in your present office. Okay, so yes, it's a plus point, and that is how Cisco has designed in such a way that students don't waste their time and efforts. Okay, let me walk through the next slide. Okay, so this is the complete Cisco Cisco tracks. Okay, so this is associate, and this is a CCNA. But as I told you, this is not a prerequisite. If you want to study CCNA, which is 200-301, you are welcome. You can go and you can study that. No one is going to stop you. But this is not at all a prerequisite to start here. Okay, so don't be in that dark room thinking that CCNA is a prerequisite. So we are over here, over on CCNP Enterprise. Okay, so this is a professional track. So this consists of 2 papers. As I told you, one is NCore, second one is advanced routing switching. Okay, and CCI Enterprise infrastructure consists of 2 papers. One is NCore. This NCore is nothing but this one, and of course the lab. Okay, and lab consists of multiple syllabus, multiple topics. That is why I'm covering NRC and not any other optional tracks from CCNP. So I'll show you what all other tracks we had. We had like SD-WAN, we had wireless, we had advanced routing switching. So there are a couple of tracks. Okay, so you don't have to write everything. You don't have to write everything. You just can write one to be CCNA certified. So let me tell you, when do you become a CCNP certified? So as I told you, there are 2 papers like NCore, and let's talk about NRC. Now if you write only one and your main focus is to go towards CCI, okay, without writing NRC, then you are not a CCNP certified. But let's say you don't want that to be. Okay, let's say you are aiming for CCI. Okay, so in that case, it's fine. You can straight away walk through CCI and you can just write the lab so that you become CCI certified. Now let's say your target is to first be CCNP certified and then you want to go towards CCI. Now in that case, you have to write and get certified both of them. Okay, so if you clear both of them, you are equivalent as CCNP certified. Once you are CCNP certified, you are going to get automatically placed under, there's one more there's one more track over here. I'll let you know. Okay, so this is associate professional expert architect. There is one more here which is introduced for the first time by Cisco, so you will start falling under that bracket. It's called as a specialist. So I'm not sure if you heard about the specialist track. So basically, if you are one CCNP, you are automatically calling as a specialist. Okay, specialist under enterprise track. Okay, fine. So let's walk through the next slides. Okay, now I'll straight away take you the CCNP syllabus copy. We will see what are the topics under CCNP and what are the new things that is being introduced in the CCNP. Okay. Well, as you can see, this is for the Encore topic, which has a Cisco code of 350401. This is an Encore paper and it's a core paper. Okay, it's a mandatory paper to clear. What is the exam cost for this? So the exam cost is $400. Where can you write the exam? You can book it over on Pearson website. So let's say once after the class gets over, you are all good with attempting this paper. You can book your seat, or you can book your slot on Pearson website. It's going to cost you $400 and it's a 120 minutes of paper. Okay, so you can expect the same pattern like what we had in previously, like multiple answers questions and optional question kind of thing. Okay, so that's going to remain same, and there might be some scenario based question or topology based question, because this is a new paper. So we are all wants to try this, so probably it will be a good challenge for someone to take this up and go and write this. Okay, so this is the first module of our CCNP syllabus, which is called as Encore. Let's go to the second module, that is also called as concentration or optional track. Okay, so this is the second module, which is 300410. It's NRC. Okay, NRC represent Enterprise Advanced Routing Switching Services, and it's one of the optional track out of 6. So there are 6 optional tracks, like I told you, SD-WAN, routing, switching, wireless, all those things. So out of 6, this is one of them. And the reason why I'm taking this is you guys can straight away go to CCI lab. Okay, lot of topic from this NRC will be in the CCI lab. Okay, so let's not get deviated by in concluding or bringing some other topics like wireless or some other topic here. Might be then once you go to CCI, you have to again spend your time and again you have to spend money on learning from learning for the CCI lab. Okay, so this is going to be helpful in your CCI labs. The exam cost for any concentration is $300. Okay, so let's say the core exam cost you $400. The concentration is going to cost you $300. So totally $700 for your complete CCNP certification. Okay, now let's say along with NRC, let's say you want to try SD-WAN, the second optional track. Okay, yes, you can attempt that. So basically that will cost you another $300. Okay, similar way you can give any other concentration. Those are optional papers. Okay, they are not mandatory paper. You can pick any one out of the 6 optional papers. So I'll tell you which are all 6 optional papers. So this is one among them. This is one of among 6 optional paper. Okay, and how is the exam cost going to be? So the core paper is $400. Optional are each $300. Okay, so you don't have to write everything. You just have to write a core paper and one among the concentration paper. So basically it is going to be a $700. Now most of the company are reimbursing, right? So that should not be a challenge here. And also you guys know this is not something which is something new. This has been there from past like 10-15 years, from when Cisco. Just a minute. Okay, so there was a lag in between. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is something which is not something new, or this is not that in this particular course you are going to see this. This is there from very long time. Okay. Okay, well, so let me go to the next slide. The next slide is about the topics. These are the 6 main topics that will be covered under ENCORE. That is, okay, one more thing, what I noticed is basically Cisco ENCORE paper, you will see 2 different codes. Okay, now don't get confused. One is this and one is something like this. Okay, so I'm not sure what is the logic behind this. So basically Cisco launched it first with this code and then they changed it to this. Might be this was getting overlapped with some other track, so might be then they just revised it and introduced the new code. Okay, so the new code now is not this, instead it's 350401. Okay, your ENCORE paper exam code is 350401. So the core paper consists of 6 topics. Now this is an additional topic which is introduced for the first time in 2020. This is also a new topic as well as this. Okay, and I guess even the virtualization is a new topic. Okay, so these are the 6 topics, and you can see the weightage just in next to them. Okay, so basically this is having the highest weightage infrastructure, which is all about your layer 2, layer 3. Okay, all the routing protocols, your layer 2 protocols. Architecture is about your enterprise architectures, your wireless architectures, your SD-WAN architectures. Okay, basically all your 2-tier architecture, 3-tier architecture, spine leaf architecture, the orientation of the network devices that is been categorized and placed under architecture. Now regarding virtualization, anything which is coming under virtual things like your VM, or let's say VPN, virtual private network, and VRF, virtual routing forward. So basically these are all categorized under virtualization topic. Okay, similar way the infrastructure is all your core topics like L2 topics, L3 topics, uh, your other topics like routing protocols, switching topics, and all the main things over here. Network assurance deals with the advancement, like you have your DNA coming up here, you have your SDA coming up here. Okay, all the assurance, how you can assure the traffic. Now security is all about the traffic security or the network security, like your VPN connections or the layer 2 attacks, or the security terms like vulnerability, security breaches, threat, asset. So basically everything comes under security. And under automation we have Python, we have Ansible, we have the data types like string, bytes, tuples, list. So basically it's a enterprise. Okay, so under enterprise, what is enterprise? Enterprise is something which deals on a higher level of your networking concepts. Okay, now if you go back to your CCNP 2019 tracks, they used to be routing, switching, and troubleshooting. Okay, now someone who is going ahead with routing, switching, he used to be master of routing, switching, but he used to be zero at network automation, he used to be zero at wireless, he used to be zero at security. Okay, what Cisco thought was, what Cisco thinks, or what Cisco thought is that getting some engineer blindly only focused on routing, switching is not going to help in an enterprise scale. Okay, when you go towards enterprise job, enterprise is something where you have to deal with mixtures of technology. It's not only dedicated to routing, switching. It is routing, switching is one part, but along with routing, switching, nowadays industry is all focusing on automation, it is focusing on wireless, it is focusing on security, right? That is why this new track focus on enterprise, not just routing switching. Okay, so you are going to learn everything which is seen in the enterprise. Now let's say in future your interest is more on the wireless, not on routing switching. So then you can go and take the CCI wireless in that case. Okay, so all your expert level or the expert or the domain level of interest is all categorized or in the CCI level. In CCNA and CCNP, it's more of enterprise. It's not about individual track like routing switching. Now if you talk about CCNA, if you just go back to CCNA, this used to be 9 tracks, but in 2020 we only have one track for CCNA, which is 200301, and it consists of everything: wireless, routing switching, data center, network automation, everything on one paper, and it's called as CCNA Enterprise. Okay, so this is very drastic change in the syllabus. Might be from last 10 years or 10-15 years we were following one particular way of patterns, but for the first time this is completely different. Okay, this is completely different, and the good thing is you're going to learn a lot of things which you will see in day-to-day activities. So I have seen people coming up who are CCNA, CCI routing switching, uh, coming up with network automation topics, or they want to attend the class where I teach network automation. Okay, so being a CCI routing switching, they want to learn network automation. Why? Because industry is leading or industry is moving towards automation. Okay, if you don't learn automation, probably you will end up only in that smaller segment of routing and switching. But everyone knows uh, now routing switching is getting advanced with the help of all this segmented routing, ISPs, SD-WAN, automation, right? So even CCI routing switching guys are now upgrading their skill by joining the SD-WAN class or network automation class. But you guys have the privilege of learning everything in this latest CCNP course. Okay, because we are going to see every topic. Okay, so that's the advantage of NCore here. Okay, now let me take you to the next slide where I will show you the optional paper. Okay, so CCNP consists of 2 paper. One is NCore, which we just discussed, and the second one is NRC. So it's a advanced routing switching topic. Now under this we will see very good topics or very good labs under layer 3 technology like BGP, eBGP, iBGP, VRF. We have OSPF, we have EIGRP, etc., etc. There are very interesting topics here under layer 3 technology. Similar way, under VPN we have IPsec, we have DMVPN, we have GRE, we have MPLS VPN. Okay, now this is something which you are getting to learn in the CCNP level. Now this is very interesting topics, right? These are very hot cake topic. These are all the VPN which we see in all the large enterprises, and we are able to read them, we are able to lab them. Okay, infrastructure security, there are again security labs here. Okay, there are port security labs, there are there are many layer 2 attacks. Okay, and then infrastructure services like all your NAT, PAT, DHCP, DNS, syslog, SNMP, the infrastructure services. Okay, so basically this topic is very interesting, and this will of course help you in your CCI, not just CCI, not talking about only from certification point of view, even your day-to-day activities. Most of the thing will be what covered in the syllabus. Okay, fine. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, I have these PDF. So what I'll do is I'll click on them. So we can see in detail what are the topics, and yes, of course, I'll share this PDF once after the class gets over. So basically the same thing which I explained you, This is the first chapter under architecture. We will be seeing the enterprise networks, all the tier 2, 3, all the fabric, all those things. These are the wireless architecture. These are all your on-premises versus cloud, your SD-WAN, SD access, QoS, okay, all the MAC chef tables, MAC address table, TCAM tables. And this is the second chapter is virtualization, where we will read about hypervisor, virtual machine, virtual switching. We have virtual routing forwarding, GRE, IPsec, basic VXLAN, all virtualization, not only from the VMware point of view. You guys might be thinking that virtualization might be only VMware. So virtualization is any a virtually thing. Even your IPsec is a virtual VPN, it's part of a VPN, right? So that is also part of virtualization. Then we have the infrastructure. Infrastructure is your main layer 2 and layer 3. Okay, all the layer 2 things like .1q, VTP, VLAN, Ether channel, DTP, spanning tree protocol. So under spanning tree we have MST and RSTP. Okay, and under layer 3 we have EIGRP, OSPF, EBGP. Okay, so we would be doing a lot of labs here. Then we have wireless topic. As I told you, this will also consist of wireless topic like all the layer 2, layer 3 principles, the SSIDs, all the access point mode and the antenna types. Okay, there are two antennas, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, right? So in-depth knowledge on those topics. These are IP services where we are checking the network time protocol, network address translations, the first hop redundancy protocol like HSRP and VRRP. We have multicast topics. Okay, so these were under infrastructure. So under network assurance, we have topics like SNMP, syslog, traceroute. We have the remote logging. How do we enable remote logging? What is the UDP protocol for a syslog? So anyone knows what is the UDP protocol for syslog? Now if someone asks during interview, these are something which you have to remember, and also it will help you during troubleshooting. Okay, similar way, net flow, flexible net flow, span, ER span. This is IPSLA. Let's say we have two ISP connection. Okay, I want to modify or I want to manipulate my LAN users. Let me say one user was taking up ISP1 and second user was taking ISP2. Now if ISP2 went down and all of sudden you want to track that, and all of sudden you want to push this user to the ISP1, right? So that is all coming under IPSLA. It's a tracking for WAN circuits. We have Cisco DNA Center. Okay, it's also called as DNAC. So basically nowadays, even your manager, even your director of your company, they can have this software installed on their mobile, and they can see who is using which is the application which is consuming the highest bandwidth, what is the wireless users at this moment, how many users are connected to this Wi-Fi modem. Everything can be monitored. Okay, this is a DNS center. It's a latest topic. And then we have netconf and restconf. So in short, this is related to your transport layer. Okay, so we all know what is telnet and SSH. Nowadays all the Nexus, ASR, all the high-end devices comes with netconf and restconf capacities. So these are dependent on the STTP transport layer. Okay, and these are used for automation, network automation. Now the devices, higher end devices which don't support netconf and restconf, so automation is done over telnet and SSH. Okay, so let me just write here. So let's say 80% of devices are legacy devices. Legacy devices in the sense old devices, all your 2750, 3750, 1900. So these are some legacy devices which only rely on telnet and SSH. So in case you want to run automation, you either have to use telnet or either you have to use SSH. Okay, in order to automate the things like network automation. Rest 20% are your modern devices which are kept in the core layers like your ASR, Nexus 9K, okay, all your high-end devices like 6500. So these devices by default have telnet and SSH, but also it has the advanced things like netconf and restconf. Okay, now at network automation don't have to be done over this. We can do network automation over this, and it relies on HTTP transport layer. Okay, so this is something which we will learn in depth in the network automation topics. So that is why I said CCNP Enterprise is very interesting topic, and even if you are already done the CCNP routing switching in previously, so this is something which you will learn lot of things here. It's not something very something which you are going to read in repeat mode or something. Okay, the topics are brand new topics here. Under security, we have AAA, we have access list, we have control plane access list, we have REST API, we have all the wireless security concepts like EAP, extensible protocol. This was also used in point-to-point protocol. This is also used in AAA backend of AAA. So do you guys know how AAA works? So basically there are two protocol here. One is called TCAS and second one is called Radius. Okay, so basically what happens is, let's say I have a user here who wants to log into the network device. So let's say he does a SSH. So when he does SSH, this network device in the background will be connected to some centralized AAA server. Okay, now which protocol this is taking? This is taking EAPOL. It's nothing but extensible protocol over LAN. Once it reaches the network device is going to send that to AAA server, and AAA server is going to see whether it's a rightful user ID or not. It's going to authenticate, authorization, accounting. That's the full form of this. Then AAA server is letting the network device say, yes, this is a rightful device, and the device will give the open status now. And now you can do all your show commands like show run, show IP int, all those things, right? So AAA is this topic and EAP is that protocol which is coming under the security topics. Okay, that was just a brief. We will check them in depth. And the last chapter here was automation and the ENCORE paper. So automation is all about your Python, Ansible, the DNA center. We have vmanage, which is for SD-WAN. JSON is one of the data types, and we have basic Python component and scripts. Okay, I'll show good examples of Python scripts here, and I'll show you how we automate or how the automation is done nowadays in the office. So this was regards to core paper consisting of 6 chapters. Now let's go to the second module, NHRC, which consists of 4 chapters, and it's also called as concentration paper. Okay, so the first topic here is layer 3 technology. Layer 3 technology is all about routing.
We can't hear you now, Sagar.
Yeah. Actually, I have some latency, so I'm just waiting it to get cleared. Okay, actually I had some latency at single point of time, so I was just on a pause. Okay, so now looks like it's back. Okay, yeah, so under layer 3 technology we have all the routing protocol related labs. So NHRC is more on labs. Okay, so wherever you see the terms troubleshoot, it's basically setting up the lab and proving the concepts. Okay, all the auto summarization, VRF, policy based routings, EIGRP, OSPF. And the chapter 2 is about VPN technology. So under VPN technology, we only have theoretical points for MPLS. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one lab here so that we can prove this. Whatever we read for MPLS, we can also prove it over the lab. Okay. And apart from MPLS, we have GRE, we have NHRP, we have IPsec, and we have all these DM VPN, spoke to spokes, hub to spoke. Okay, so a lot of things over here. And then we have infrastructure security, where we are dealing with AAA. We have all the access list, IPv6 filter, unicast, reverse forwarding, control plane policies. Okay, telnet, SSH, SNMP, OSPF, BGP. We have the first hop protocols, and then we have the last chapter which deals with VTY, telnet, HTTPS, SCP, all the file transfer protocol. We have SNMP, which is V2C and version 3. What is the difference between this? We would do some lab for SNMP. We would see what is the UDP packets here, how SNMP works, what is SNMP manager. We have then logging as a separate topic under 4.3, where we have a local logging, syslog logging, debugs, timestamp, etc., etc. And then we have DHCP relay. We have IPSLA, the net flows, the DNA center. Okay, so basically the 4 chapters, and these are the topics which is falling under CCNP. Okay, before I take Q&A, I want to show you the lab which is designed for CCNP Enterprise, and then yes, I will take quick Q&A from you guys, and then I will continue on my slides. Okay, so regarding the lab, guys, so this is the lab topology that I have built for this class or for this batch. So now let me tell you how exactly it looks like on a real time. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this is my CCNP lab topology, which I am giving to all the enrolled students. So we have a dedicated trainer for lab. So basically what happens is, let's say you get stuck during the non-Indian business hours. Okay, so we have a trainer who will be during the US hours, so you can take his help. Otherwise, we also have something called workbooks. Okay, so I'm just creating the workbooks. So everything will be answered or everything will be documented here. So let's say it is gonna work something like this. So let's say we are first starting up with lab 1. So for lab 1, I have taken a screenshot for which the devices has to be enabled, and then I have set some task, and then there are configurations for that lab, and then yes, of course, we also have validation or the verification steps. So what happens is you don't have to depend on someone. You can do your lab, you can practice your lab on yourself. Okay, now regarding this lab, guys, so this is a GNS3 lab and I'm running on 2.1.9. so basically the version don't matter here unless or until everything works in a normal or a expected way. Okay, so how is this gonna work is might be from tomorrow or might be after 1 or 2 classes, those who are attending the demo for the first time. So once everything is sorted out from the back end, okay, what we are going to do is we are going to set up a WebEx call and we will set this up on your system. So what is the resource that you need here? You basically need very optimal resources. Just i3 and 8 GB is sufficient. The reason is this is running on a VM. Okay, so you cannot see it because I have, so let me tell you, these are under GNS VM. Okay, so that is how I can run the entire topology. Now let's say you are a EVNG fanboy. Okay, you can still go ahead and you can recreate this lab, but
Sagar, voice is breaking. Hello, Sagar, your voice is breaking.
Okay, okay, so fine, looks like it is normal now, right? Is it good? Is it fine? Is it still dropping?
Yeah, now it is okay, Sagar. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so regarding the EVNG process, what I was telling is, let's say if you want this on EVNG, okay, we can recreate this on EVNG, but problem is there are some dockers that we get only with GNS3. Okay, let's say GNS3 has these ready-made dockers. Now this dockers are not coming along on EVNG. Okay, now if you can recreate this on EVNG and if you can get a solution, guys, keep on mute because otherwise our recording videos will have a lot of background noises. Okay, well, so if you have some solution for this, if you get some services where you can try the AAA services or DNS services or syslog services or a automation docker, then yes, you can recreate. Rest are all your layer 2 devices, layer 3 devices and ASA firewall. Okay, so I'm giving you the complete setup. Our lab trainer will get in touch with you guys, so it will be on a WebEx or it will be over on a TeamViewer where we'll help you to set up this lab on your system. Okay, so rest are all the normal thing. Only problem is with these things. These are the dockers. Okay, it's a part of GNS3. I'm not sure if we can have the similar thing in under EVNG. Okay, so you can do one more thing. You can practice all other things on EVNG, and might be for this you can come back to GNS. Okay, so that's regarding to the installation process. Don't have to worry about this because we have a lab trainer who will help you to do this. Now let me explain you what is what. Okay, what are we going to practice over here? So I'll start with the switching part first. Okay, so let's say when I'm starting up switching, I'll take up these devices where we'll practice all related to the switching, like VTP, VLAN, DTP, we have STP, we have Ether channel. These are all topics which is coming under switching. Now once after switching, we will start with OSPF. That will be this section. We have multiple topics here like OSPF, auto summarization, multi-area, the cost path manipulations. Okay, so these all will be covered here. We have also LSA types, virtual links, stub area. So everything will be covered here. And for virtual link, I'm making use of this. Okay, so basically this entire section is for OSPF. And for EIGRP, I have this point, and also I will have this point acting as a redistribution. Okay, so OSPF, EIGRP and redistributions are getting sorted out. Now let me show you about BGP. Under BGP, route reflector, full mesh, EBGP, where we will talking about the path manipulations. Okay, they will be all covered over here in these topics. These are all related to your BGP, IBGP, path manipulations. Okay, IPSLA is over here. Okay, so these are all your WAN related topics. Now yes, about in this particular section here we will be checking out the AAA servers. We will be checking out the syslog, SNMP. We have the network automation dockers where I can run the script, I can test my script. Okay, and various infrastructure services will be validated here. For DSCP and DSCP relay agent, I have this section. And yes, the interesting topic, that is VPN. For VPN, I have set it up over here. So this is going to be my VPN section where I am going to talk about DM VPN, IPsec, GRE, MPLS. Okay, so all the interesting topics will be covered up here in the separate VPN blocks. And yes, I think I missed out one or two things. There's one more good thing over here is, though this is not a part of CCNP, you guys will be reading about Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, you guys will be reading about Cisco ASA firewall. You will be seeing like how the basic Cisco ASA will be configured, what is packet inspection, what is port blocking here. Okay, all the basic overview of ASA. And if you know one ASA, one firewall, the same theory holds good for all the next generation, like your FTD, or if you have FortiGate or Palo Alto or Checkpoint. Every firewall have the basic concepts remain the same for all the firewalls. So this is one of the advantage of this topology. Okay, and this is purposefully included so that one who is the one who wants to go on the security domain can also learn these things. Okay, ASA is a part of CCNP security score paper. Okay, so if you in future go with CCNP security, there are again two modules there, score and there are some other paper, other optional paper. So score covers about Cisco ASA. Okay, so this is regards to all your lab topology and lab concepts. I have also briefed the all technologies. Okay, so let me tell you, might be I have missed few of them, but yes, I have written it over here. So what are the technologies we are going to cover? We're going to cover the FHSRP, that is first hop redundancy protocol, wireless technology, QoS, VRF, the VPN technologies, virtualizations. Okay, we have a multicast, we have all the trunking, ether channel, RSTP, RSTP, MSTP, all the switching concepts. We have routing protocols, wireless, infrastructure services, multicast, the services like SNMP, syslog, NetFlow, all the spans. Then we have IPSLA, we have NetConf and RESTConf, AAA, ACLs, okay, Python, Ansible, route maps, policy based routing, by forwarding direction, which is BFD, VPNs. We have switching technologies, port securities, dynamic ARP inspection, and DHCP, and also prefix layer. So basically a lot of things are covered here in CCNP. Okay, it directly deals with your CCI as well as it deals with your day-to-day activities. So that is the advantage of enrolling this batch. So don't be worried. Next 2 to 3 months we are going to learn this whole syllabus. So let me talk about the date and time, which you all know, but let me just repeat it. Okay, so we are starting or we are having this course every Monday to Friday from 10:30 p.m. IST to 12:30 a.m. IST, which is 2 hours daily. Okay, so let's say if we take even 20 class per let's say we take 22 to 20 22 days every month. So if we take this for 3 months, 22 into 3, it's 66 classes into 2. Every class consists of 2 hours. So you are going to have a good 120 hours for your CCNP. Now this is really a big number, okay, because your CCI, there are institute who are covering CCI under 120 hours. We are taking our good time to practice each and everything, and we also have this lockdown where we can utilize the time. Okay, so this is really a big number. I could have reduced this to 90 to 100 also, in case if you want this to be done quickly, we can also do it in 90 hours, but then there will be a lot of things which have to be done in a faster way. Okay, 120 hours we can do everything. We can also like take time on Q&A, and we can also like spend time on few of the topics which if you need to get into the course. Okay, I don't think there is anything which is left out. Basically everything from point of enterprise, automation, even security, ASA, firewall, everything is been covered in this syllabus. Okay, so there is no room for something which is left out, or if you want to get in. So everything will be covered in a depth with the help of Wireshark captures whenever it is required. Might be doing one or two lab makes you more understandable, so I don't have any issue giving you one or two more examples on over on the lab. Okay, so well, so that was few important things about the course. Now yes, if you guys have to know something, or if you guys want to tell me something about your background, or something which you want in the class, like if you want to start from some basics, or if you want to start from some certain level, or if you are very fresher to the networking world and you join this course, so that I come to know, and I'll prepare my presentation in such a way in upcoming classes. Okay, so I'll unmute you guys. So it's all over to you guys. You guys can ask me any doubts regards to this course or lab setup, or whatever if you want to. So any doubt, guys?
Yeah, I have a question on the exams.
Okay.
You said the exam time for ENCO is 120 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, earlier, for non-English speaking, the students who don't have English as a native language, they got an extra half an hour.
Okay.
But do we get that for the exam, or is it 120 hours for everyone?
That depends on the institutes. Okay, normally the standard is 120 minutes, but yes, if you visit some institute, and if the procurator is ready to allot some extra time, so it all depends. But
yes, you are right, Sagar. Depends upon the national.
Yes.
The nationality, right?
Yeah.
National. Depends upon national. You will get it. Okay. Some countries, the exam prices is changes.
Yeah, so it
I
depends institute to institute, and it's not official, but it's institute to institute. It even happens during
exactly.
It happens during CCI lab also. Let's say if I attend the lab, and due to the institute technical fault, we started up half an hour late. Now the procurator can give me another 30 minutes. So that's all depending upon the institute. It's not like very strict thing. Okay, so yes, your procurators can give that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me also check the chat, because there are some students who are preferring chat windows.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, this is Wesley. I'm in the US. I live in Texas. My question to you, if a student don't have, because for the GNS or EVE, you need to have the images. So what happens if a student doesn't have access to those images, who doesn't have those images? How are they going to practice that?
I will provide you. I will provide you. Okay, I have all the images on my Google Drive, so I'll give you the Google Drive link.
That's the best news you gave me so far. I like that. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Great.
Hello, Sagar.
Hello.
This is Latif.
Okay, hi Latif.
I'm also based from US, and most of the period.
Hey, Alamide, are you in the call too?
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Alamide.
Guys.
Where is Alamide? I'm sorry.
Huh?
My name is Latif.
Oh, Latif. Okay.
Yeah. My question is this: most of the time, despite the fact that we'll be on lockdown, there are still some of us that are working like an essential related issue, and we might be called to come to work.
Okay.
At that time, we miss the class.
Okay.
You get to provide a recording for us during those periods.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So yeah, I also went through the chat. So guys, I'm actually recording this session. Okay. So it only lets one person to record. Everyone cannot do the recording. Okay. So I'm recording this, and after the class, I'll give it to everyone. Every student who is a part of this course, they will get the recording videos. So yeah. So even if you miss first half or first 10 minutes or last half, or you might have to go urgently to your office, so you can revert back, or you can check on the recordings.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So any.
Hey Sagar, I have one question.
Yes, go ahead.
So tomorrow onwards we are starting the class, right?
No, actually I'm starting the class now itself, if you guys don't have any problem. So as I told you, I'm starting with all the basics which is required for CCNP. So so it's basically starting of the class only. It's not about introduction. If Q&A gets over.
So when we can expect the take the encore paper?
You mean you want to attempt the encore paper?
Yeah. Yes.
So you can write it.
Yes.
You can write it after 1 month or 2 months once the course gets over. And one more thing, the now the lockdown is happening. You cannot even write the paper. So all the
exactly. You can't schedule.
Yes, all the Pearson website have shut down their location or the offline location. So you cannot write any paper as of now. Yeah.
Okay,
so you have to wait for the institute to come up.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I have one question over here. How about resource, workbook, video recordings? So yes, guys. So let me show you the platform where you guys would be getting this. Okay, so I'll give you all the instruction after the class. So this is the main web page of our CCNP batch. So when you click on curriculum over here, so all the videos will be put up here along with the class notes, along with the lab notes. So you just have to have your own individual logins. Okay, so logins will be created. It will be sent to you over WhatsApp or email. So basically I need the email IDs of the enrolled student so that I can give you the access and you can start working. So let me show you how exactly it works. So I have one more batch where student have already making use of the portal, and everything will be put up there like assignments, quiz. Now what I'm planning to do for CCNP is I'm going to get some flashcard, some practice sets. So practice sets are something like your like puzzles or quiz, or your previous asked questions. Like let's say previously if you guys attempted some CCNP papers or something, now that will give you more confidence before attempting any real-time exams, right? You will be more prepared, and you are like learning out. Okay, so something which will make it more interesting. So let me show you how what exactly I'm trying to say. So let's say this is one course which is for network automation. Okay, so when student go directly to the syllabus copy, they can see all the class recordings. They can also see the scripts. So let me show you the scripts, and let me also show you the quiz. So this is something which will be replicated on CCNP batch also. Okay, so these are all password protected. I will be giving you the passwords, and then you can say, for example, if you want to redo this quiz. Okay, so something like this. So you will have some real time feeling of answering them. Okay, even student prefer to test their knowledge before going and writing some certification of $400 worth. Okay, so you can give a try, and something interesting things. Okay, so that was regards to the platform. So I guess that answers your concern, right? So regarding the resources that you're going to get here, so these are the things. And your second question regarding firewall, is there any images for FortiGate or ASA? Yes, I have the ASA image, and I'll provide you that. Okay, FortiGate I don't want to get it here because then it will be a multi-vendor concept here. Okay, yes, I could have given you FTD and FMC, but they are very highly utilizing RAMs. Okay, those are those need at least 8 GB. Just one instance will take up to 8 GB, whereas your ASA firewall 2 GB is also good enough. Okay, so I'll provide you the ASA firewall. Regarding CCNP security course, so let me be very frank with you guys. Most of the CCNP enterprise topics are overlapping with CCNP security. There are very less thing which is included in CCNP security which you have to learn, but rest are all the part of CCNP enterprises. Like you checked, we have layer 2 attacks, we have VPNs, we have almost everything.
Are you covering ASA firewall in this topic?
So that is what I said. It like a bonus. I am covering this, but that is not a part of ASA firewall. Okay, this is basically CCNP security part.
Okay.
But I am going to cover this. So you guys, as a enterprise, you also know something on security. Okay, so that is a plus point about enrolling the batch.
Okay, well.
Okay. So are we good with Q&A? Shall we start with some basic theories? When the payment of enrollment should be done?
I have one more question, please.
Okay.
I have one more question.
Okay.
So at the end of the class, can you provide that dumps or for preparing the exam?
No. Don't even ask dumps on over such community when people are from various platform. Okay, there are people from direct Cisco platform also. So it's not a good thing that you ask. Okay, dumps are not supported by someone. If you get it from some way, you can do it, or you can but dumps is not something which you ask so freely on a public channel. Okay,
No. The dummies we can purchase from Prepaway, Password Sure.
okay, so it's all up to you. We don't deal with them.
I will tell you guys this, the reason Cisco changed their curriculum the way they change it, because they don't want you to come to the exam to answer questions and then get to points. They want you to come to practice. They want you to come hands-on.
Yeah.
So for any of you who think you can just read and go and pass that exam, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
That exam, you need to have hands-on practice.
Yes.
Understand every technology, every topic, and be able to cover that. Even subnetting, you think that's almost people don't really pay attention. Subnetting is really big on that exam. So the reason I'm interested in this is the hands-on practice.
Yeah.
they are providing to us to do that. Because if you don't have the hands-on practice, I don't care how much book you read,
Yeah.
you're not gonna pass that exam.
Yes, absolutely. So there is no point for shortcut. If you clear CCI with the dumps, you basically will not even be able to answer a CCNA question on your own during interview questions, right? So basically, don't fall for a shortcut, or don't fall for some traps saying that we will give you dumps, or we will do this and you will be CCI certified. That's of no use at the end until you know the things practically, until you know the theory behind what you're going to answer during interview questions. Okay, so well,
Yes, great.
yes, so
Okay.
let's keep them all aside. So I'm going to mute once again everyone. And yeah, regarding the payment, you just contact me after the class. So you can contact me over WhatsApp, or you can directly reach out to the person or the management team whom you were all in touch so far. Okay. So if it's me, you can directly reach out to me. If there is a management team who was in touch, you can directly reach out to them. Okay. Well, so let me bring the presentation. As I told you, we are all in from the different platform. Some are CCI written, some are CCNP all certified, some are CCNA, some are joining the networking class for the very first time. Okay, so I don't want to disappoint anyone by straight away taking up some VPN topic or some BGP topic. So I have told initially to every student who are taking the demo, that I attend the demo for 4-5 classes. Okay, it's all up to you. Take the classes for 4-5 days and then decide whether if you want to enroll or not. So the main thing over here is I just want to take it from some point, and then we will advance towards the next level. Okay, so the basic things will be all your CCNA topics, or everything which is required for your CCNP also. So some basics in networking is what it will start from now. Okay, so let me tell you, or let me walk through some slides. Okay, so this is one topic which we been reading out, or we've been coming across from various years or from long time. Okay, so what is LAN, or local area network? So let me tell you, let's say this is a office, or this is an office. Okay, over inside an office, I have multiple users. So let's say I have a user from sales team, I have users from an engineering team, I have users from IT team, and so on. So now these users will be connected to a Cisco switch. This is a Cisco switch. Cisco switch is used to connect various end devices. It can be wireless devices, it can be server, it can be laptop, it can be computer. Okay, their Cisco switch is used only to connect end devices. Now let's say if this user wants to access YouTube. Okay, now switch cannot do that. Now the switch cannot send the YouTube packet somewhere to internet. Switch has to send that to a router. Okay, so this is a Cisco router. So someone who is accessing YouTube, let's say he types youtube.com, the packet will be sent to the switch, and the switch will then send to the router. Router over here will know how to reach the internet so that it can access YouTube. So basically router will send it to your ISP. Okay, ISP are nothing but internet service provider. So basically, let's say I have a internet service provider from Verizon. Okay, so this is how the LAN setups is been created. So we have users, we have Cisco devices like switches, router, and if I talk about these devices, they are all end devices. Okay, so what okay so these are all end devices. Okay, file transfers, laptops, printers, These are called end devices. End devices are connected to a Cisco switch, which is called as a layer 2 devices. Layer 2 of OSI model. Now this is a basic topic again, OSI layers. Okay, so Cisco switch will be connected to a router, which is a layer 3 device, and then router will be connected to internet. So let's exclude firewall for now. Okay, so let's say there is no firewall, so router will be connected to your ISP. Now this can be anything like Verizon, it can be Tata, it can be Airtel, it can be AT&T. Okay, it can be any service provider, and then those service provider will be connected to one more service provider, they will be connected to multiple service provider, and that's how you reach to the YouTube server. Okay, so this is a basic flow. And where do we see this? We normally see this within office premises, or let's say I have only one computer and one internet modem. So within our home setup or a small scale office, so within a single building or within a single premises, if I have this kind of connections where I have users, switches, routers, then it's part of LAN. Okay, so what is the actual definition of LAN? LAN is confined to a single room, a single building, or a group of building. Okay, so basically what is LAN doing is it's connecting multiple workstation with personal computers. This is a basic definition. What is LAN capable of? LAN is capable of transmitting data at very faster rate. So whatever these people are communicating, so let's say if user 1 wants to send some file for printing. Okay, now this will be very instant, right? As soon as you send the print command, it quickly comes over here. So that is what it says. LAN devices are responsible or is capable of transmitting data at very faster rate, but the limitations are distance are very limited, right? So whatever you see a LAN, it will be within a building or within a floor. You cannot have a LAN connection, let's say from city A to a city B, which is on some other location. Okay, for example, let's say this is US and this is UK. Now this cannot be a LAN, we cannot call it as a LAN. Okay, so that is why I said distance are limited. So this contributes to a LAN, and whatever is within that, it contributes to second LAN. And also there is a limit on the computers of limit on the numbers of computers that can be attached to a single LAN. So what are the limits here? The limits are, let's say I have multiple computers, okay, all connected. So everyone are transmitting the packets. So there are chances we encounter some collisions. Okay, there are chances we encounter the collision when the packets are traveling at a higher rate. So if we don't take care of all the settings on the interface, okay, if I have left them half duplex, so what happens is there can be collision. Now once there is a collision, your network will be facing slowness issue. So these are some things which we see when there are multiple computers. Apart from this, we can also see something called as ARP broadcast in the network. What is ARP broadcast? So let's say this computer is keep on sending or transmitting some packets, and all these computers are sending some packets. Now what is switch doing? Switch is broadcasting them or flooding them to all the active interfaces. Now your switch encounters slowness, and all of a sudden if a actual packet has to be taken down or taken from this switch to, let's say, this fax machine, that will be queued up. Okay, it will be queued up because all other ARP broadcasts are piled up in front of the required packet. Now they have to be cleared, and then your actual data will be taken up. Okay, so this is a problem which we normally see in LAN. So what is the best practice we adopt in a LAN? We first segment our LAN. How can I segment? With the help of VLAN. VLAN is virtual LAN. So let's say I have 5 computers here. How if I say, okay, so there is any voice lag? Okay, no, right? Okay. So let's say I segment my LAN with the help of concept VLAN. So I create VLAN 2. I say this is a part of VLAN 3. I call it as a part of VLAN 4, 5 and 6. Now what is the benefit of having VLAN? Now let's say if I have to send something, okay, no one else is going to get informed, okay, because they are not part of my VLAN. They are not part of my broadcast domain, okay. So whatever I'm sending, let's say VLAN 2 is here and this is also on VLAN 2. Now my packet or my broadcast will directly come to this without engaging anyone else. Now that makes less collision in the network, okay, and that is a best practice we make use of. We make use under a LAN. We don't keep everything, all these things in a single VLAN. If I have single VLAN, they are going to cause me more collisions. The network will be slow, packets will collide and start showing as a dropped, and a lot of other concerns, okay. So what I'll do is I'll make use of a VLAN. VLAN is a virtual local area network. The same hardware infrastructures, but logically dividing them, okay. So basically logically I'm dividing them. So let's say this is a part of VLAN 10, this is a part of 20, 30, 40, 50. Now what happens if something I have to send, I can send it without even engaging or without even sending the broadcast to any other VLANs, okay. So this is how we make use of VLANs in a local area network, okay. Let's go to the next slide. WAN. Now what is WAN here? It's wide area network, okay. Now like I told you, LAN is restricted to a building or a particular office. Now let's say this is my headquarter in US, this is my branch office in Australia, and this is my branch office in, let's say, Singapore. And you want to connect all of them, all the branch services. So what are you going to make use of is your WAN circuits. WAN is nothing but your ISP, service provider, like your AT&T, Verizon, any other, like we have Airtel in India, Jio, we have Tata, okay. There are plenty of WAN circuits. So how is LAN connected to another LAN segment? Via WAN. So we will have a WAN over here, we will be having a WAN circuit over here, we will also have a WAN circuit over here. So we will have couple of WANs, so like 3 WAN to just demonstrate this. But in reality, it is not a single WAN that connects this and this, okay. So let's say this side, on the US side, it will be connecting to its WAN circuit. Similar way on this side, let's say this is Australia, it connects to its WAN circuit, okay. And then these two WANs will depend on other WAN circuits, okay. So totally we can say there can be like 10 different circuits in one direction, okay. So I'll talk about this WAN circuit in my next slides. So as of now, just take this point that to connect two or multiple WAN, we need to have a WAN, okay, wide area network. And example for WAN are all your ISP circuits, okay, internet service providers. Okay, let me take you to the next slide. Okay, this is a definition.
Here are some results from the web.
Okay, it looks like my Android mobile took some word or started, okay, it took my voice recognition and it started reading out what is WAN, okay. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so as I was telling, this is a definition for a wide area network. So it's a large scale network that is not tied up to any single location. Like in case of WAN, in case of LAN, they are tied up to one single location, one single building, single floor, single office. WAN is something which is on a larger scale, and if you want to connect two different LAN, we need to connect WAN. Now, what is WAN doing? It is facilitating the communication. It is sharing the information and much more between the devices over on a WAN provider. Okay, so between the devices, in the sense between two different LAN units. So let's say this is a headquarter and this is a branch office. Now, where is my WAN? My WAN is here. And what is WAN doing? It is helping me to communicate between this and this. It is helping me to share any file between these two. It is via over on a WAN provider. Okay, WAN provider is nothing but your service provider, internet service provider. Okay, very important thing and very basic thing at the same time. How are we all connected? So let's say you guys might be from US, UK, Singapore, Australia, and I being in India, I'm presenting my screen to you guys, and we are all connected. We are all connected. Okay, so don't say we are all connected over on cloud. Okay, we are not connected actually over on a cloud. Okay, the actual thing is we are all connected over on a wired connection. It might look you as a cloud. It might look you like a satellite, but in reality we are all connected over wired. Okay, let me tell you how. Let me just move on to the next slide. So this is a diagram which I took for a submarine cable demonstration. Okay, so what exactly this image shows us? So let's say you are from United States. Okay, from Canada or United States. Might be we have students from South Africa. Okay, and let's say okay, sorry, this is South US and this is America, this is India. Okay, how are we all connected? We are all connected over optical cables. So okay, we are all connected over optical cables. That is a wired connectivity. We are not gonna connect via satellite. Okay, if you guys think you guys think that we are all connected over on satellite, then that's a wrong assumption. Okay, we are not connected over satellite. Satellite is for special purpose like defense, NASA team, weather forecast. Okay, so they are used for a special purpose. Let's say there is some natural calamity and the NASA team has to send a satellite so that it can go and start monitoring what is happening over on this. Okay, so satellite is for special purpose. Satellite is not used for the data communication. Let's say if I want to use Zoom service, or if I want to use the YouTube, or if I want to watch a movie over on online, now satellite is not coming into picture. It's all our wired connection. Okay, so let's say I have a YouTube server somewhere here, youtube.us, and if I am accessing YouTube channel or a YouTube website, so my traffic will go across these optical fibers and then it will be picked up by your local service provider. Okay, there will be local service provider, and also on my side from my desktop to this optical fiber, there will be some local ISP provider. Okay, and these optical fiber once again are not belonging to a single owners. There will be multiple owners here. Okay, as this cable cross or touch different boundaries, the ownership also changes. So this will be somewhere to Indian side, this will be to other continents or all other continents. Okay, so basically we can see like 10 to 20 service providers, ISP service provider, and also you add these this one and this one. So totally like 20 service provider between India to the US. Okay, so that was my point. What I okay, fine. So that was my point earlier, that I wanted to show you that two LAN segment, okay, two different LAN segment. If I have a WAN circuit in between, that doesn't mean that we are straight away connected with the help of one WAN. Okay, like in this case we have 10-20 ISPs. Similar way over here we will have a local connection provider. Also we will have some local connection provider here, and then they in a background will have multiple service provider. Okay, so let me show you this website on a real time. Might be after the class you can go back to this website, which is called as Submarine Cable, and you yourself can see how we guys are connected. Okay, so you might be, I missed out calling out your country, or it might be your state, so you can just see how you guys are connected to me over on Zoom. Okay, so let me pick one of the circuit provider from India. So let's say from India I pick up one circuit. So when I pick the circuit, I can read it out all the details about this circuit on my right side. So this is a 28 kilometer of the cable length. The owner is these people. Okay, and if you just enlarge this, so basically you can see there will be different ownership. Okay, so this particularly link start from Japan and it goes all over India. We have all the Gulf countries, and then we have it till UK. Okay, and on this side you can see all the country based segregations. Okay, so this is very interesting website. You can just check some of the circuits. Okay, so some circuits you can check, you can compare. So this is how we are all connected over on a optical fibers. And one more interesting thing, so let me show you what do we have under submarine cables. Okay, so we call it as submarine cables, but do you know how these submarine cables are being placed, or where does these lie? So basically these lies under the sea, under the oceans. Okay, because we connect them continent to continent. So continent to continent we will have these oceans, right? So basically these cables have to be placed under the oceans. Okay, so these are the cables which will be laid up inside the oceans. Okay, and this is one of the project of sending the submarine cable below the ocean. These are divers who will go and place it beneath. Okay, so this is how they going to clamp it, and this is a real demonstration of those cables. Well, so that was regards to how we are all connected. Okay, now let's talk about the next connection medium. So might be I'll then wind up for the day and we will start up from the next class. Okay, connection medium. So this is one example of an office. Okay, this is one more example when we connect continents to continents, or countries to different countries, or remote, all those things. This is within an office. So what did I say? If you see something within an office, then it's a local area network. This can be one single office, this can be one single building, this can be within one single place or single IT park or something. And we see all different types of computers, users, IP phones, all different IP related, like we see here servers or some printers. Okay, so they are example for a LAN type of infrastructure. Okay, and similar way, when we talk about two different LAN segments to be connected, or two different countries to be connected, then we call such thing is wide area network. Okay, a different countries or a different group of LAN units, we call it as WAN or wide area network. Okay, so over here, if I take you back on this slide, okay, and also if I take you to this slide, I told you that these are all optical fibers, okay, and we also checked how do these optical fibers look like. So basically, optical fibers which are placed under oceans are in a huge diameters, okay. So these are protected with a lot of metallic casings, and they are very huge in diameter. We cannot place this within our office. Did you see any time this kind of cables placed inside the inside the office? No, we don't do that, okay. So what do we have or what cables do we see in this kind of network or in this kind of office setup? What are the cables that we see? If you see some cables, might be pointing out, if you see this cable, the user is using some cable. So we call these cables as Ethernet cables. It's also called as RJ45 cable. Okay, it's a Ethernet medium. It's a Ethernet technology. Ethernet technology, which was launched in 1980s. Also we call these as Ethernet cable or RJ45. So these are the cable that we use within an office or in the LAN segment. Okay, so these cables we can use to connect to the wireless access point or a server or computers, laptops, okay, within a LAN unit. Now when we have the submarine cables, or when we need the cables for submarine connections, we cannot make use of a LAN, okay. We have to follow with these optical fibers or optical cables, okay. Now first let me talk about the Ethernet cable, which is used in the LAN, local area network, within the offices. So they have some color codings. They come with some 8 colors, 4 pairs of color coding, which totally contributes to 8 colors, okay. There are multiple types, straight over cable, crossover cable, rollover cable. So there are 3 types. It was actually been launched in 1980s, okay. So basically they were launched with Cat1 Ethernet cables, but now we have till Cat 8, we also have Cat 10, okay. 5 years back we had Cat 5 and Cat 5e getting used in the office premises. These were capable of 100 Mbps speed. But now we make use of Cat 6, Cat 6a and Cat 6e. These are capable of all your 1 gigabits to your 10 gigabits or 100 gigabits. Okay, these are with high throughput. Might be after 5-10 years we can see other cables. Okay, but yes, 8, 9, 10 are not used for our office purpose. They are used for different purposes, and also they have very different design. So these may not be used in the office even after 5 years. Might be then we have something else coming up like Cat 12 or Cat 11 or something like that. Okay. Okay, and regarding one last topic before I wind up, this is about the optical fiber. Optical fiber also has 2 different mode. One is called as single mode and multiple mode. Single mode, when within the cable, within the fiber, only one ray of data is passed. Now that is called as single mode. What is multi-mode? When we have bidirectional communication, like on that side as well as we are receiving on this side. Okay, so there are two types of optical fiber. Normally optical fiber consists of these glass properties, but since they are very very much case sensitive, they can be easily broken. They will be surrounded with at least 6 to 7 different solid materials which can protect these glass material from getting broken up. Okay, even a small curve, the glass can broken up, right? So we may have to make use of some plastic, some aluminum kind of solid properties which can protect these glasses. Okay, and your data is within these glasses, and the speed is very large when compared to your Ethernet cables. The speed is very high in case of optical fibers. Okay, now this is the topic which I'll take from the next class. Okay, so we have multiple topics here, and then and then that's how we will proceed. Okay, so I guess this class was informative. Okay, so let me see what you guys have here. Best to use VM. Okay, the reason why use VM is it will optimal your resources. Let's say if you have only 8 GB, now VM will improvise the factors. If you don't use VM, then your whole system will get frozen up when you start running or practicing. Okay, can we use multiple vendor router overlap? I don't think, because then that will be less to the CCNP side, and might be we will be ending up with something else. If you want to have multi-vendor courses, I also provide different courses like FortiGate, Cisco ASA Firewall in depth, which you can contact me later. Okay, so I don't want to bring something on the CCNP and getting diverted from the main objective. What is the speed duplex and what is the concept? Okay, well, so might be this can be also answered in the next question, but I'll just brief you. In my next slide, where I talk about network components, we have examples of different types of network devices. These network devices have something called which is called as switch port. Okay, and they are normally resembled something like this. Now these switch port is where we connect our cables, like Ethernet cables. Okay, and these are somewhere, let's say this is a computer, and from my computer I straight away connected to this. Now these switch port has something called speed and duplex, which I can tune it. Okay, I can tune it. Most of the time they are auto configured. So basically this is the hardware properties of these switch port. Okay, what is the support of this? Let's say this is supporting 100 Mbps. Let's say this is full duplex. Full duplex is when both bidirectional communication happens. Half duplex is an example when only one data has to be passed at a time. Once this is sent, then you will receive something. Okay, so these are duplex. Okay, yeah, so some student said he is from Morocco, so appreciate this. Can you write in notepad? Okay, so this is just a basic which I covered, so might be in the next I'll write properly. Okay, can we have example of single mode and multi mode? Yes, I can take this. Okay, yes, we can do this. Okay, so if you want GNS, then it's pretty simple. We have everything set up. So after the class, do reach out to me, and I'll get you I'll get you contacted with my lab trainer, and we will set this up. Okay, so when we are setting up, you will also get all the Cisco iOS, the topology, and all the other softwares required. Okay, so yeah, I will share the video. Okay, I will share the video, and I'll also let you guys know once the video gets uploaded. So basically it will take some time, because there is something called rendering. Okay, so when I stop this recording, it will start rendering, which will take easy to one hour sometimes, and then I have to upload on YouTube, which will take another sometime. So you will get after some time. Okay, but I promise before the next class you will get this. So any I don't support downloading. Okay, you have online access, and that is a lifetime access. Something like Udemy concept. You know the Udemy concept, right? You can have the lifetime access, but they will not let you to download them due to hundred of reasons. One among them is piracy. Okay, we don't want our videos to be put up on some platform where people start sharing or something like that. So that is one reason why download is not possible, but yes, you will have lifetime access. So I don't think that should be any issue here, because you after all have a lifetime access, then something which you will need something, right? Okay. So any other topic that you want me to include in the next class apart from this? Apart from this, whatever we covered today, like LAN, WAN, something else which you also want to bring up so that you understand the things better. So basically in my next class, what I'm going to teach is I'm going to show you different types of switches, Cisco switches, different types of router, what is server, what is firewall, different types of firewalls, different types of storage boxes, different data centers. Okay. And along with this, I'll also add few other topics which you have added up here. Okay. So what is this question now? So the class we have already started up the class. Yes, it's part of CCNP. So this is a CCNP class which is getting started. But yes, it's a from the beginner point of view, which you may know already. Okay, but that doesn't mean that this is not a part of CCNP. It's a CCNP part. Well, so as of now, it will be all basics, and I guess I already told you what are the next topics. So might be tomorrow at the end of the class, I'll give the topic for the next following classes. Okay. So these are some basic things which I guess you already know, but it's just a revision. Okay. And then we will start with some advanced things like switching, all those things. And then don't come back saying that I don't know what is a switch. I don't know what is a Ethernet cable. I don't know what is a duplex. I don't know what is full speed or something like that. Okay. So to make things clear, basics are very important. Okay. And yes, this is a part of CCNP. It's not that we are doing some other things and not CCNP. This is a part of CCNP classes. So all fine. Are we good to wind up for the day?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So guys, let's meet up in the next class. Okay. So I hope this class was informative, and I'll pass on the recordings. Okay. So thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Good night from India.
Do we send our email address to you and you share the information to us?
Yeah, so get back to me, or I'll provide you my contact email ID, or we guys are already connected over WhatsApp, I guess, right? So you can ping me over one-to-one, or you can also ping me over group so that I can respond back. Okay.
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 Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
Thank you everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Sagar.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice
Okay,
day. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sagar. Bye.
You too.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.